Well, what's up? What's up, Milwaukee and the world? It's your girl, Brandy Iberia, and you guys are locked into the right place at the right time for your kingdom solutions for real world issues, y'all. I'm excited on today. I am beyond excited. We did a pop-up interview just last week. I said, you know what? I think the season is now. The time is now for us to go ahead and do and start to move in everything that God has called us to do. And so if this is your first time joining us, Saved in the City is a platform where we have opportunity to talk to amazing folks doing amazing things in the local community and beyond. And so there's so many different aspects to Saved in the City. And if you want to know more about it, then you can just definitely go ahead and visit www.savedandthecitycn.com. Is that all right? Okay, so as you guys are coming in, make sure that you you share, because we need engagement. The more you engage, the more people see. So tag your friend, tag your foe, listen. Tag your mama, tag your daddy, tag anybody that you think needs some positive vibes, some good energy, or specifically might be interested in literature, diversity in literature, sports in literature. And I'm leaning into the guests that we're going to be chatting with today. I love this woman. She is beyond an author. She is beyond an athlete. She is my source sister. And if you know, you know, okay? And she is an amazing vessel doing things that have not been done, and it is not easy, right? And so we're going to get to learn a little bit more about Nia Aboate and all the things that she's doing right now as she's journeying to the tail end of her Kickstarter campaign. So without further ado, I don't want to be up here by myself. I'm going to bring up my sister friend, the amazing, the talented, the beautiful Nia Aboate. Welcome, Nia.
Hi, Brandy.
How you feeling, girl?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Excellent. And so, let's just kind of jump right in. And so I kind of share, I said athlete, I said author, I said source sister. And for anybody, like I said, if you know, that's something that we were both connected to, where we were able to explore, if you will, outside of the limitations that society sometimes puts on ourselves, and say, you know what, hey, what if I took my dream and actually made it a reality? What does that look like for me? But we can go deep. Let's just start with Nia, just telling the folks a little bit about yourself in your own words, and what's brought you to this point today.
No problem. First of all, thank you, Brandy, for having me on your show. I really appreciate it greatly. Hi, everyone. My name is Nia Aboate, otherwise known as Nia the author. I wrote my first book in 2020 called I Am a Triathlete, because I am a triathlete, and I enjoy the ability to swim, bike, and run. And so I wanted to encourage those that I know in my circle, and my niece particularly. So I wrote a book, and it had some success with it, huh, Brandy?
Oh my God, and then some, right? I remember. So yes, I am, Brandy Iberia wears many hats. And so this is a talk show hat, but I was also, just a part of running with Nia, for lack of a better phrase, to her, to reach her goal in 2020 is what she's talking about when she wrote I Am a Triathlete and did a Kickstarter campaign then. And that's the thing, we kind of start sometimes with an idea we have in mind, and God says bigger, right? What is that? How does that, what has that experience been like for you as it pertains to one book and now four? What does that feel like? What does that look like?
And more, look, and
And
more.
more. Yes.
For me, it was hard. It was challenging because when I started writing the first book, I came across the statistics that showed the lack of African American characters or characters of color, illustrators of color, authors of color.
Mhm.
And so that stayed with me. So once I wrote the first book, it became hard not to write more.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
change that data, so to
Right.
speak. And I'm a multi-sport athlete. I
Yeah.
also ski. I enjoy multiple sports, and
Mhm.
so I thought, why not write a series
Mhm.
that has illustrators of color? It is written by a person of color,
Yeah.
myself, and then it has characters of color.
I love that. And I think the reality, because we're talking about beyond just writing the books, we're really talking about changing the narrative, right? And doing that. And that's the thing. A lot of times we're in a space where, and not just, and I'm not saying us specifically, but people, we see what we don't like. We'll point out what we don't like, but we don't always take the steps to change it, right? It goes back to that old cliche, be the change that you want to see, right?
Either
And so let's talk about what those steps were to become that change. So not only did you have these books published, but it's self-published. So maybe
so
talk about that journey and how, like, what does it look like to be a self-published author?
it
The
means
behind the scenes.
yes, that means that you don't have a publishing house
Yeah.
funding you, that is marketing for you,
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
helping you find an illustrator, that is helping you find an editor, that is no self-published means that I am now authorpreneur, so
That's
that
great.
I'm
Yeah.
the one who's searching for the illustrators, the editors, the typesetters, reaching out to people to do my marketing.
Yeah.
So it's important that people know that when you self-publish, that doesn't mean you get a diminished product from,
Yes.
a major publishing company. No,
Mhm.
you still get quality product from those that are self-published. Unfortunately, that means that we have to work harder to get our
Yeah.
story out there, right? Because that means that major publishing companies are not picking up our story. So it's important that
Yeah.
if people have a story to write and have something in your heart, that you should write your story.
Oh
Yes.
my God, I love that. I think you should write your story, but I love what you shared. So beyond writing the story, be prepared for more. Back to that thing again. But be prepared for more, because once you write it, there's a journey that goes along with it. Like Nia was saying, there's so many other aspects to it that we don't think about. If we want to be able to contend with those that are published, right?
Yes.
Our books still have to have the same quality, right? And
Yeah.
so I can't wait until we get into some of the illustrators and things like that. Oh my God. Like, honestly, I know of some folks that have major publications and their work has not been as quality as what I've seen in Nia. And so I can't wait to show just some of that as well. And so it's a journey. And like you said, you can't, although this is something that you're doing yourself, you need others to support. So let's talk a little bit about why you chose Kickstarter as a platform. Obviously starting with I Am a Triathlete, and then why going back to it now, because what people don't everyone doesn't know, Kickstarter is all or nothing, right?
All of the thing. Yes, you set the goal, whatever that goal amount is, you set it, and then you send it out into the world and hope that people support. And if they do, then you get the funds that the people have pledged. But if you don't meet your goal, you get nothing. That means people can pledge up to the amount, but if you don't get that full amount, you get nothing. And
Yeah.
Kickstarter is challenging in that way, but I chose Kickstarter because I think it's a good proof of concept
Yeah.
for my first book. You being self-published, this is a new process for me. What is my audience? Just
Mhm.
people really have an interest
Mhm.
in seeing characters of color
Mhm.
being illustrated by people
Yeah.
of color. Do
Yeah.
they have interest in this content? And so the Kickstarter is a way to kind of kick the tire, as I say, or find a proof of concept to see
Yeah.
that people really willing to put their money
Yeah.
back a project like this. So yeah, and so slowly but surely we are getting
Right,
ready.
slowly but surely, and we're getting close to the finish line next week. Right?
Yeah,
Is I believe it's the 20, is it 22nd or 23rd?
23rd is the last thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we're she's not quite at her goal yet. But this is where you all can come in. And so the website is niatheauthor.com. Is that correct? They can just visit there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I may have that. Yeah, we do. So right there, you guys, niatheauthor.com. Make sure you check it out. You know, you can, we've learned how to toggle through tabs. So if you're watching on your computer, go ahead and toggle right now. We'll wait. Go to niatheauthor.com, click the Kickstarter button, and go ahead and pledge. Right? Let's help her make history. Let's help her cross the finish line. And so I think that's really cool. And I think that is something to keep in mind. So for those of you watching, considering self-publishing, considering doing your own book, considering doing something out of the box, creating a new product, maybe consider using Kickstarter. It's credible. You know, people have heard of Kickstarter before, whether you pledged on it or not. The other thing that I think is kind of cool about your Kickstarter is that right away you got a badge as being one of the projects they love. So
Yes.
do you how does that come about, or what's that process?
There's a secret group that meets in the back. No.
Right. Right. We don't know.
There's
She just listen, y'all. They just love her.
God has for you, it is for you.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And so I was just kind of looking down here just to see.
Yeah.
So I think the other part I kind of want to get into is, so like she said, she has a bunch of other books coming in the future, but currently we have the four book series, and it's the series is titled, and there will be more added to that series, and it's titled Exploring All I Can Do. How did you come up with that name?
So I came up with that name. I wanted to find a series name that encompasses all of the books. And so I was having a conversation with God, and I was like, what do you want me to call this? And, there's a lot that's out in the world already. And I'm like, I need something that's unique and something that I think that expresses these books. And so what came to mind is I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And so the exploring all I can do is kind of a play off of that, of saying, yes, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. So let's explore those things that you can do.
I love it. And so in the series, we have what books are in the series?
Yeah, so I'm really excited because my first book, Skiing and Snowboarding, that is exploring all I can do, snowboarding and skiing. Yeah, so that one is the first one, illustrated by Hans Lundy here. Yeah, amazing illustrations. Amazing illustrations. And then the second one is the hockey book, Exploring All I Can Do Hockey. And that one was illustrated by Blessing Awesome. And then there is the fencing book, which I really, really love. And that one was illustrated by Jethro Unum. And then for those of you that like my first book, I Am a Triathlete, I am repackaging that, adding some content at the back. So this award-winning book will now be a part of the Exploring All I Can Do series. Yes, with amazing illustrations by Adria Mecca.
I love it. I love it. And then there's some more that are coming. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet. But that is one of the things that I think sets your book apart from many other, and I don't even know if I want to even call it a children's book, because they're like, as an adult, I picked up the book, I've seen the books, and I've just been in awe of just the beauty of it, and I can get something out of it too. And so one of the other cool things about the books, as we were going through, you were saying the names of different illustrators, right? And so talk about that process of choosing illustrators and kind of where they're located and all of that.
So you made a good point. One of the reasons I did go into this journey is one that I saw that statistics, but I also wanted to write something that met the needs of didn't really meet the needs, but that was for all readers of all ages. So I wanted to write books that were encouraging, that reflected characters of color, and so what better way to express characters of color than to have pretty much scoured the internet, DM'd, and
Nia was hopping in people's DMs, y'all.
Because and more than likely what happens is I'll come across some illustrations and it'll move me. Like there are illustrations of something they put out there and it's just like, that is really great work. And so usually I'll message them and say, hey, are you interested in being part of my children's book series? And that's how it all got started.
Amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to be joined by one of those illustrators today, Blessing Awesome. And so tell me a little bit about her, and then we'll see if we can have her join. I know she's in a whole other continent, guys. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Blessing as she's trying to connect with us here.
Yeah, so Blessing is a really, really talented illustrator. She is self-taught. And so she had some work out there that really I just was excited about. And so when I reached out to her to see if she was interested in doing a children's book, she was excited about it. So it is her first children's book. But she's done amazing work. I'm proud that she's a female, that she's a color.
We love it.
And she is self-taught, which is just, when you see the work, you're just like, hey.
Blown away. Well, let's see if we can add her to the screen. Blessing, are you there? Can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, wonderful. I think we lost your photo, but we can hear you, that works for me. And so Blessing, welcome to Saved in the City. Now you're all the way, where are you located right now?
Right now, at Abuja, but I'm from Ikotefene in Nigeria, Africa.
Okay, you said you're originally from Nigeria. And Nia's giving you love. She's like, hi, Blessing. We're so glad that you could be here. Oh my goodness. And so let's just get to know a little bit about you. So how did you, so basically we learned that Nia was pretty much sliding in people's DMs and just asking and putting it out there, that, hey, she had an opportunity. And so what was it that made you say yes? What was it that made you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm interested in pursuing this project?
Well, she came up to me in my DM and she told me that she had a project that she would want me to work on with her. And what really got my attention is that she said that the project would involve illustrations of Black girls doing sports rather, that are predominantly done by, other races. And it really touched me because I do watch hockey most of the time, but I have never really gotten to see Black girls play it. And to get to illustrate that was like really, it gave me goosebumps. So I really, really wanted to hop on the project.
Yeah, and it was an alignment. It sounds like it was like absolute, like of course I'll do it, right?
Yeah.
So just to reiterate, if folks are just joining, we're talking to Nia Aboate and Blessing Awesome. Blessing's all the way over in Africa joining us, and I think it's absolutely amazing. And Blessing is actually one of the illustrators in the 4-book series of Exploring All I Can Do Hockey. And so I'll show the cover there, as you guys can see. And I think something else that's really cool to bring up is that Blessing is self-taught. And I just think that is absolutely amazing. And so, Blessing, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you even discover that drawing is something that you wanted to do and that you were good at it?
Well, actually, it wasn't much of a discovery because it runs in the family.
Okay.
So, yes, it was a matter of me being consistent and, pursuing my passion at it because I really, really love art. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's been it for me.
I love that. And so I think the other question I had kind of sent to you earlier too. I was just kind of curious, was this your first time drawing sports characters?
Oh, yes, yes, this is my first time.
Yeah. And so was there like what was the process in learning or determining, okay, well, this is the direction I go? Like what's your process with that? Oh, I think we lost her and she came right back. I like it. Blessing, are you still there?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So, but I don't know if you heard the question. I was just asking, being that this is your first time kind of drawing sports characters. So, what was the process? Did you look at other illustrators, or did you just kind of go from watching hockey as a sport in itself?
So, two things really helped me in the process of getting to illustrate this book. First of all, Nia was really, really helpful with providing references. Um, and then also, like you said, I really, really had to watch the spot itself, and that was really insightful. It really went a long way to help with the illustration process.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And is this the first book that you've actually done illustrations for?
Yes, this is my first book, and I'm super excited.
I'm so excited for you. I feel like I've been on the journey with
Yeah,
each person that's participated in it. And so, how's your
yeah.
family feeling seeing your work all over and across America?
They were super, super excited. They were so, so excited, and it's a big one for us,
I think their
because
faces might have looked like this illustration here. I wish you could see it.
yes, they did.
That's
Because
technically Blessings family, you guys.
because it goes way beyond me myself as an artist.
Yeah.
Because everyone from where I come from, any Kosipene, they were calling me, they were texting me, they're like, "We've heard it, and we're proud of you." So this book, this project it's so much more than a project. It's
Yeah.
it's just amazing, and I'm grateful to Nia for making me be a part of this.
I love it. I think it kind of just taps back into kind of our theme of the evening, which is the courage to explore. Right?
Yes,
It
yes.
literally for you, Nia, it took courage,
Yeah,
to decide to DM these illustrators that you never met before to
that was
see if
the
they would. What was that?
I said that was the easy part.
That was the easy part. But sometimes, but that's because you've been kind of at it for a minute now.
Yeah.
But for some of us, even just the courage to say yes, because what does it mean? What does it mean? Like for Blessing on the other side, I'm saying yes, and I've never drawn sports figures before. I'm saying yes, and I really don't know who this woman really may be. I see, what's online, but I'm not sure. And so
Hmm.
sometimes you just got to take the leap. And so
Yeah,
I'm just kind of
exactly.
curious, Blessing, any encouraging words for maybe other people that may be in the same field that you are, who may be artists or just creatives overall that might have a desire to want to try something new. Any encouraging words for them?
Yes, and this has always been my motto in life, and it's consistency, because that has really helped me. So I would tell any
Mm,
artist and illustrator out there, especially the female artists, because where I come from, we don't predominantly have female artists out there. So I'd like to tell them to be consistent and to put their works out there, put themselves out there, because the opportunities will come once you put yourself out there.
I love it. I love it. And I get it as well. And I'm not a visual artist, but I'm an artist in my own right. And it can be scary sometimes when you're putting your work out there for people to judge, for people to critique, for them to say yes, no. And so I'll ask that too between you and Nia. Nia, so what was that process like? So when you were working with Blessing, did she draw and then send it over to you, or because that could be challenging if you draw an entire thing and then Nia's like, no, I don't like that. So what was that process like, Nia?
Working with Blessing was great. She was like, let me call you whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever I was unsure, she's like, let's talk.
Right.
Oh, and then there were some aspects that, she was creatively learning, the crowd and different things like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, I think Nia froze a little bit, but in the cutest pose.
What's great is when you have
okay.
Oh.
Okay, there you are. You're back.
What's great is when you have an illustrator who is talented and she's willing to take risks, because as she said, hockey, it's not something that she was aware, that she had illustrated before. And so, sending videos, sending things to kind of inspire her to say, hey, kind of like this,
Yeah.
That was helpful. And then she was just really open, and her artwork is just amazing. So it made it really easy.
I love it. Well, any parting or final words, Blessing, and if you just want to whatever you want to kind of share with the people, and then if nothing more, let them know how they can connect with you, how they can gain and garner services. Maybe there's another person who needs an illustrator, or what else, or let them know what else you offer.
Okay, so this is going to sound a little bit biased, but I wish all of my clients were like Nia, because she's the best.
She's the best.
Yeah, so my advice would go out not to illustrators, but to people who are seeking to hire illustrators. I would like to advise them to be patient, and because being a creative in itself is not easy, then let alone to guide the person to do what you want. So I'd like anyone who wants to hire an illustrator to be patient and take the time with us. And if there's anyone who'd like to reach out to me, all of my socials are on my portfolio, and it's blessingawesome.myportfolio.com.
Okay, awesome. And I'll make sure that I post that in our groups and across the Saved in the City Christian Network platforms. Blessing, thank you so much for joining us all the way from, now did you say Nigeria, or what part of Africa are you in?
Yes, Nigeria.
Nigeria, I love it. So on a side note, I will say, before I let you go, my Nigerian sister, I'll say that, because I did a DNA test and learned that I'm 40% Nigerian, and I was like,
oh, that's
yay!
awesome.
I'm like, I gotta go home.
You have to come home.
I have to come home, and so now I want to go a little deeper and figure out beyond what tribe am I from? That's my thing for 2024 is to figure out who I am.
That would be amazing.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll definitely be connected. Yeah.
Blessing and I got a chance to meet while I was in Nigeria.
Yes.
When were you in Nigeria?
I was in Nigeria.
Oh, right, because it was probably years ago.
No.
My God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's a rarity too. A lot of times when you're doing work with folks internationally, you never get to meet them. So I think Blessing, you're our sister for life. We can add another source sister to the pool. Well, I appreciate you so much. We're going to finish out with Nia, but thank you for joining us, and we'll make sure that people know how to connect to you. Thanks, Blessing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. Okay, Nia. Oh my God, what a beautiful heart and talented artist. My goodness. Oh my goodness. And that's just one of 4 that you've been working with. And so I guess, where we are now is, again, next week, May 23rd, is when the Kickstarter is over. We want you not just to help us reach the finish line, we want you to help us cross and surpass, the goal. As you can see, this is beyond a book. Look at how many people that are involved, people that will be inspired to do new things just because of Blessing, just because of Jethro and Adrielle and all of the other folks that have been a part of it. Anything else that come to mind for you, Nia, that you think you want to just share about the project, about the Kickstarter, about your courage to explore? Anything you can think of?
Yes. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has been so supportive. What has been really amazing is to have people come and engage and support the Kickstarter so far. So please go out to my website, niatheauthor.com, share. Please, I'd like to exceed the goal. Almost there, we almost there. And so I would say to anyone who has something in their heart to share, if it's a book, if it's artwork, to lean into your faith and get it out there. And although, self-publishing is a hard journey, it definitely is a learning curve to it. But with anything, it's going to be a challenge. But the thought, I was almost teary-eyed as I was thinking of the impact of Blessing, right? Here she is, an illustrator all the way across the world, illustrating sports for the first time, and just hit it out of the park, and just expressing and being able for her to showcase her art as a female illustrator.
Yes.
That it makes me teary-eyed just thinking about the journey of where I just started with one book and here I am with more books, and
wow.
And it's really exciting.
It really is. It really is. And you guys, I want you all to know that, there will be victory. We were victorious for I am a triathlete, and there will be victory for exploring all I can do. But please know that it did come with a cost. It comes with a cost. There is a price that we pay for greatness, for change, but it is a price worth paying every time because of testimonies like what Blessing is sharing, and everyone else that sees the book and is inspired by the book. If nothing else, it should inspire you to pledge. Definitely make your pledge. Again, this is Nia Aboate. Doesn't she look so amazing and so cute in just on this banner here? So again, exploring all I can do: triathlon, hockey, fencing, snowboarding, and so much more. And I was just thinking about it now that I put this up. Before we go, Nia, talk a little bit about I see you with this t-shirt on here, Rufus King State of Mind. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes. I am a Milwaukee Public School graduate of Rufus
Yes.
King Generals. Went to Sherwood Middle School, went to Rufus King for high school, and then Tuskegee. Hey, Tuskegee.
Love it.
For college. So just my journey as a person of color.
Yeah, right. And I love that, so again, that private school is great too. But what she's saying is she's a product of public school. Yes. Right. And look at the change that she's making. I too am a product of public school. I went to Milwaukee High School of the Arts, West Division. But when I went, it was Milwaukee High School of the Arts. And so it is just beautiful to see when sisters like ourselves and beyond, not just the sisters, the brothers too, and just when people just take the bull by the horns, take the reins, and take the opportunities. And if there is no opportunity, make opportunities. Right? And create the door. I think there was a quote I heard: if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Right? And so there's always a way. There's a will, there's a way. I better stop because I think another cliche might come out of my mouth. I don't quit. Oh my God, Nia, I appreciate you so much. So give them again one more time the website and how they can connect and support what you're doing.
Yes. Once again, I am on my way to my goal of raising funds for my Kickstarter, and that is to bring the Exploring All I Can Do series of hockey, skiing, snowboarding, fencing, and triathlon to the world. And so I need your help. So go to my website, niatheauthor.com, pledge, share. Um, so that you can help bring these books to your bookshelf, to your libraries, to the world.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Nia. Thank you, Blessing, if you're still there. I appreciate you both so much. So you guys know what to do. You guys need to hop to it. Get over there right now. www.niatheauthor.com and what? Help Nia cross the finish line. Listen, we need to do this in a big way, and we need you to help make it happen. We can't do it without you. And so I don't know if you all enjoyed this interview as much as I have. I feel inspired. I feel encouraged. And I'm excited about what God is up to next. Is that all right? Well, again, I've been your host, Brandy Iberia. This is Saved in the City Christian TV. And yeah, just join us next week. We'll have another pop-up interview. So we love you so much. And again, if you want to learn more about Saved in the City, then you can visit us at www.savedinthecitycn.com. Again, www.savedinthecitycn.com. All right, you guys, I appreciate you. Appreciate your time always. Be blessed. See you soon.